Portia. Welcome back to my channel. So this video today is a little bit different. It's not really about CRNA School. It is going to be about how I got to that point. I get a lot of emails or questions on IG about GPA. A lot of you guys want to do this as in pursuing CRNA as a career, but you're a little intimidated. Are you afraid that your GPA may not get you the admission seat that you want? But I am here to encourage you and to share my story with you guys. Hopefully it will help someone push forward and just go for it. Okay, so if you're interested in that, stay tuned. Hey guys, so I made a video about 2 years ago because I was, as I am now, vlogging my path to becoming a CRNA. And so I told you guys that I have 3 degrees, right? So I have a bachelor's degree in business, and I have a master's degree in accounting, and I have my BSN. So once I did all of my research on various graduate degrees for nursing and decided on CRNA school, it came to a halt before it can even start, because when I began to do my research, a lot of the schools, not even schools, but a lot of the blogs that I read, people who had like 3.8, 3.9 GPAs were the ones who are getting admitted. Now, this is all based on those who are actually posting on those forums, right? I'm sure there were people who got in with a 3.3 GPA, but they don't post on the forums and you don't really know. So whenever I was in nursing school, I will admit to you guys that my GPA was not the best. When I graduated, my GPA was a 2.7. And I want you guys to understand that because I had a degree in a previous field, I was able to apply to an accelerated BSN program, meaning that I just had to complete my required sciences and AP courses and then apply to the accelerated BSN program, and that program was for 1 year. You complete the program in 3 semesters. So I started in August 2015 and graduated May 2016. When I applied to UM, which is where I got my degree from, University of Miami, I actually went there on a full scholarship. Whenever I applied to the scholarship to the program, my GPA was a 3.8 from my prereqs. That GPA afforded me not only a seat in their program, but also the award of going to school full cost provided or paid for. And then when I graduated, I had to work for 3 years at their hospital. So nursing school for me started off as exciting and ended up being like, I don't know, it was like, I could never grasp the concept of nursing school about there being 2 right answers. Like in chemistry and biology and physics and pharmacology and pathophysiology, it is or it's not. Like your blood flows one way, a disease does this to the body. Physics is physics. But in nursing school, is always, this answer could be right, but this one could be right. This one is more right. Those I could never get, and to this day, I still don't understand those concepts. I know for sure my PEDS course, I ended up with a C in that class. And also, I think either community or either psych, I ended up with a C. And I'm going to be honest with you guys. So that school did do the plus and minus, like a C plus, C minus, B plus, B minus. For my nursing community class, I never studied. I literally winged every exam. That's not, you shouldn't do that. Don't do that. I should not have done that. But it happened. So I got 2 seats in nursing school and my GPA ended up being a 2.7. And so whenever I wanted to apply to CRNA school, that was one of my hindrances. I was thinking like, how in the world am I going to even get my application looked at with a 2.7 GPA. And then I thought about, okay, well, Portia, you're going to have to bring something more to the table than those who have those higher GPAs. You're going to have to show them just paper. They're going to have to be able to read your application and say, okay, like, she's worth at least an interview. And so I knew I had to take extra steps. And so I remember vividly, this is 2019, the new when it first began, maybe in January. I remember just praying about it and asking God if this is what he wants for me, and show me what I need to do. And I vividly remember making a list of things that I needed to do for that year in order to align myself to apply to CRNA school. And by the end of 2019, I had a acceptance letter to start CRNA school. So what did I do? I shadowed a CRNA. I attended a diversity and nurse anesthesia mentorship airway simulation by Dr. Lena Gould. I got into the ICU. Well, I was already in ICU at that point. I researched about this profession. I took the time to thoroughly write out my personal statements. I made sure that my resume was on point. I decided to take this class it's called Nurse Transition to Anesthesia Program, our class. It was a 16-week class that's offered by a university here in Florida. It's an online class, and each week you have different topics. So you have to listen to a PowerPoint or listen to a lecture, take your quiz, and that's how it was every week. And it started off with basic like math and conversion. Then it went to physics. Then it went to receptors and how medication works. We ended with regional blocks. And taking that class and then getting an A in that class, because we did have we had quizzes and we had a final exam in that class. And I attended information sessions about schools. My school of interest, I made sure to set time aside to go and visit the school. I did all of that because I had to go the extra mile, because I didn't want them to take a look at my nursing school GPA and then just write me off. But because this profession is not nursing school, this is purely, okay, so some people call it art, some call it science. I think it's art with science to back it up. So this profession is about understanding the anatomy. It's about understanding how medications work. It's about understanding interactions in medications. It's about understanding how you can manipulate somebody. When somebody is laying on a table cut open, how what you do is that borderline between life and death. And that has nothing to do with A and B both being the right answer and one being more better than the right answer. No, it's either you do this or you don't do that. You see what I'm saying? Like, it's different. And so they looked more at my sciences GPAs. Okay, Portia, you got all these good grades in patho and pharm and AP and micro and your chemistry classes. Tell me what happened in nursing school. Why did you end up with that 2.7 GPA? And that was how I went about my thought process for being able to prepare my applications. So if they had doubt of where I was at in 2016 with school compared to where I was now in 2019 as a experienced nurse, then they would know that I put something behind it. So, and actually in my interview, they asked me that. They asked me that. They said, so you have a 2.7 nursing school GPA. Tell me what happened. And I was able to answer because I had prepared myself for that as well. So I told them, I was honest. I was like, well, nursing school, there were, the format of nursing school exams was difficult for me at times to grasp and understand. I said, but had I did this instead, maybe I should have spent more time doing this, or maybe I should have changed my study habits. or maybe I should have asked another student for help. Me answering that question that way made them realize that, okay, she understands that she could have did something better to offset that. And now here I am in CRNA school with a 3.6 GPA. So, I mean, I take no credit for it. I give God all the credit because I didn't know where to start. And we had social media. And I think then I was following a few people on social media, but these people already had high GPAs and they were already in CRNA school. So there was no way for them to guide me on what I needed to do in order to grade my chances for it. So I was a little hesitant to make this video because I don't want anybody judging me or anything like that. But then I'm like, who cares? Like, there's somebody out there who needs to hear this. And so yeah, I think me already having graduate school experience may have helped as well. But I also feel that having a strong science GPA was the key. And so for those of you who have like a 3.3 or 3.0 and you want to go to CRNA school, my advice is to always, how are your chemistry and biology classes? Are those grades strong? If you say yeah, okay, cool. Go to a graduate, take some graduate science courses. Are you gonna have to pay a little extra for it? Yeah, but what does it matter if you're paying a little extra now for a greater payoff later? I knew that whenever I presented my application, I wanted it to be strong. And even now when I look back, that's nothing more I could have put on it. Well, because I had a previous graduate degree, they waived my GRE score. Do what you have to do for you. It may be extra to other people, but who cares? That's their opinion. And it's not their life, it's yours. So yeah. So that was it, you guys, and I hope this video encouraged someone. And if you are one of those people out there, you know, you have a low GPA and you want to get into CRNA school, just message me and I'll help you out as best as I can. Follow me on IG, and I'll see you guys later.